Hi, I am Hitesh Patel, Bizagi BPM developer at Nividous Software Solution, presenting this as a part of Hackathon 2020 in the most innovative Bizagi connector, Excel to Bizagi collection connector. As we know, in Bizagi, we can add one by one item in the Bizagi collection. But in such conditions, like to add multiple items from an Excel file to Bizagi collection, there is no direct way to add multiple items. And adding item one by one, it's really time consuming for user. So Excel to collection connector is a tool that provides us to upload data from Excel file to Bizagi collection. Let's see a couple of examples. Student result system. If in a class there are 6 students and 5 subjects, means for each student, user has to enter student information and marks of 5 subjects. To upload the result of all the students with the score from Excel sheet to Bizagi's result collection grid, this connector is very much useful. Material price update. In many industries, retailers, small scale businesses, they have a general requirement to increase and decrease price of their material item that they are selling. If a business requires to change their price of 50 items at a time and adding one by one, it's really time consuming again. So in this type of cases, this connector can be very useful. Now I am going to demonstrate how to create and configure connector into the business. So for that, I'm going to create a process into the Bizagi application for the retail invoice. The retail invoice Excel file have 4 columns: serial number, particular, quantity, and rate. And there are 21 items. To modify connector, open connector.bizagi.com, open existing connector. In this connector, we have one sample action. We can modify the existing sample action, or we can create a new action by copying the code from the existing one. I'm going to modify existing sample action. In this action, we only have to set input and output parameters for the connector. So for that, yeah, change the action name as per Java. I'm changing to get voice items as a property. That means it's an action name. Input parameters. For the input parameters, we only have to pass the workbook data. That means it's your Excel file. Output parameters. For the output, you have to set the attribute the same name as your Excel header name. As we know, in the Excel file, we have 4 columns: serial number, particular, quantity, and rate. I have set all 4 columns name here, same as your Excel file. After setting the input and output parameters, we don't need to change any code in this connector. We just need to download this connector. Configure connector in Bizagi. To add connector into your Bizagi Studio, open the Bizagi Studio, go to the Export menu, go to the External System, and right-click on the connector, add connector from file, and select your connector that you have downloaded. Now connector is available. Let's configure the connector. Click on the version, new system configuration. In the open dialog, add the display name, Excel to collection, and the date format. This is optional. If your Excel file contains any date related information, then we should provide the date format, something like that. DD, MMM, and YYYY. And click OK. Now your connector is configured to your Bizagi system. Setting up connector in the process. I have created a process, retail invoice, in which I am going to add connector from action and validations. Select the execute connector command and select the connector. Select the connector from available connector, select action, click next. Map your Excel file to Bizagi connector workbook data. Map all output parameters from connector to your Bizagi collection. You have to map to the collection as well as all the attributes and select error handling type. Click Finish. Time to run the Bizagi process. Go to the new case, select retail invoice, add required mandatory information like invoice number, order number, dates, and select the Excel file. Yeah, I'm selecting invoice item 21. Yeah, so all the 21 items are loaded to the collection, and you can see all the calculations here. Hope this is useful. Thank you for watching.